My dearest viewers, today let me tell you very interesting tale. High in the silent mountains, where ancient stones hide secrets older than any village, people whisper about the hidden people, tiny magical beings who live among humans but remain invisible to most. For centuries, no one had truly seen them, until one curious girl wandered into the mist and discovered a secret world that could vanish forever if she didn't protect it. But what happens when the only human who can see the hidden people must save them from her own kind? Story unfolds like this. Dawn breaks over the misty mountains, painting the sky with ethereal hues as ancient trees stand as shadows against the pale light. A thick blanket of mist clings to the peaks and valleys, swirling with an otherworldly grace. The air is still, yet a faint, almost unnoticeable melody drifts on the wind, a tiny, distant music. This delicate sound weaves through the silence, hinting at hidden wonders and unseen presences within the fog. The landscape itself seems to breathe, alive with a mysterious, ancient energy that tingles in the misty air. An overwhelming sense of enchantment spread through the scene, a silent promise of secrets waiting to be unveiled. In a cozy village house, the hearth fire casts flickering shadows, making the room dance with life. Elin, a young girl with bright, curious eyes, sits by the fire, her attention captivated. She leans in, listening intently to her grandmother, whose face tells stories of wisdom and time. The grandmother's face, a map of wrinkles, is illuminated by the dancing flames, each line sign of her past. Elin's eyes reflect the fire's glow, lost in the tales her grandmother weaves in the warm, secure night. Long shadows stretch across the village square, where villagers move with a practiced, hushed rhythm under the sun. Low, murmuring whispers ripple through the air, carrying tales of the elusive, hidden people. A weathered farmer, his face etched with patience, casts a glance toward his cottage door. His gaze settles on a small, empty milk bowl, a silent offering, a sign of unseen presences. The subtle gesture speaks volumes, a quiet acknowledgement of the mystical inhabitants of their world. A young child, no older than 7, frantically searches the forest edge, eyes darting between tangled roots and fallen leaves. The next morning, the sun's first rays filter through the canopy, painting the forest in hues of gold. The same child approaches a moss-covered rock, a look of pure astonishment dawning on their face. On the rock, with deliberate care, sits their lost toy, now sparkling with a fresh coat of morning dew. The child's wonder is noticeable, a silent testament to the unfolding mystery as they gaze at the reclaimed treasure. In the flickering oil lamp light, the elders' faces are etched with deep concern as they address the hushed villagers. Elder One's voice resonates.
We must never forget the mountains, nor the ancient stones that guards upon them.
Azolum Elder Vans.
Misfortune, swift and merciless, befalls those who disrespect their sanctuary.
Another elder gaze sweeps over the villagers.
Heed our words, villagers. Respect the boundaries, honor the spirits.
The elder's wisdom hangs heavy in the air, a stark reminder to ensure their peace with the hidden people endures. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, dappling ancient, moss-covered rocks on a mountain path. Towering trees line the path, their huge size hinting at untold stories of the wilderness. Elin, a small figure with a worn satchel, walks deeper into the forbidden heart of the mountains. Her eyes, wide with profound wonder, take in the breathtaking beauty without any fear. She remains unafraid of the legends whispered about these remote peaks, captivated by their majesty. Next day, Elin sits across from her grandmother, her brow furrowed in thought, a silent question hanging in the air. Her grandmother offers a gentle smile, her eyes twinkling with an unspoken knowing, a hint of magic in their depths. Elin leans forward, her voice hushed.
Grandmother, tell me about the hidden people. Are they real?
Grandmother's gaze softens as she replies,
Some things in this world prefer not to be seen, my dear. That does not mean they are not there.
The late afternoon sun casts long, eerie shadows across a winding mountain path, hinting at hidden secrets. Elin's boots crunch on loose gravel, each step echoing in the profound silence of the vast wilderness. Suddenly, a peculiar circle of ancient stones emerges from the undergrowth, almost swallowed by moss and tangled roots. The air around the enigmatic stones is unnervingly still, charged with a palpable, thrumming energy that vibrates deep within the earth. Elin approaches the mysterious circle with a cautious, almost careful step, her curiosity a powerful force in the hushed landscape. Her eyes, wide with a mixture of awe and trepidation, scan the ancient formations, drawn into their silent, powerful presence. Elin approaches the ancient stone circle, her boots crunching on the loose gravel. A distinct sound reaches her ears. Tiny, rhythmic footsteps in the undergrowth. Soft, almost inaudible whispering follows, like dry leaves rustling in a breeze. Elin freezes, her breath catching in her throat as an unknown presence stirs the air. Her heart begins to pound a frantic rhythm against her ribs, a drum of rising fear. The air crackles with unseen tension, and Elin stands rigid, facing the encroaching mystery. Under the vast open sky, ancient, weather-worn stones of the circle stand in silent vigil, their shadows long and deep. Elin, her breath held captive, scans the area with desperate intensity, her eyes darting between the towering monoliths. She sees nothing, yet the air crackles with an unseen presence, a whisper in the silence.
Did you hear that?
A chilling response echoes from the shadows, a voice both ancient and ethereal.
Yes, a human.
Elin's voice, a fragile thread in the looming silence, cuts through the tension. Hello? I won't hurt you. Her words hang in the air, a desperate plea to the unseen, as the shadows seem to deepen around her. An ancient stone circle stands in silent majesty, the air heavy with an unspoken anticipation. Suddenly, the air around the weathered stones begins to shimmer, like heat rising from an unseen fire. Elin watches, her eyes wide with a mixture of awe and trepidation as the shimmering intensifies. Within the ancient stone circle, the very air begins to shimmer, hinting at a mystical transformation. Ethereal shapes slowly materialize, taking form from the shimmering air, no bigger than a human hand. Delicate wings unfurl on their tiny backs, catching the light with an otherworldly glow. Their pale skin glows softly, illuminating the sacred space with a gentle, otherworldly light. Tiny eyes sparkle like distant stars, reflecting untold ancient wonders and secrets. Elin stands before the ancient stone circle, her eyes wide with a mixture of disbelief and profound awe. Before her, tiny, ethereal beings materialize, their forms now fully visible, shimmering in the air. Their gazes are fixed on Elin, an ancient, watchful silence hanging heavy in the mystical space. A gasp escapes Elin's lips, a whisper of recognition breaking the spell.
The hidden people.
The air crackles with unspoken magic as Elin confronts the impossible, her world forever changed. An ethereal elf, adorned with a crown of woven leaves, steps from the ancient stone shadows, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Elin watches, her gaze fixed on the elf, a mix of awe and trepidation etched on her face. The elf's voice, like rustling leaves, breaks the silence.
You can see us. Humans usually cannot.
Elin, captivated, replies,
I didn't mean to disturb you. I've always believed you were real.
A profound connection forms between the human and the fae, bridging ancient worlds. The elf studies Elin's face, his ancient eyes searching for understanding as wind whispers through the stone circle. His voice, an ancient echo, reveals a deep sorrow.
Few humans still believe in magic.
A profound sadness touches his features as he laments.
Most have forgotten us.
He speaks of a forgotten legacy.
We were once the protectors of the forests, the healers of animals.
Within the ancient stone circle, the elf speaks of human destruction, his voice echoing with a timeless sorrow. His gaze sweeps the circle as he recounts how his kin became whispers and shadows to survive the relentless axes. His eyes, deep with ancestral wisdom, reveal the hidden truth of his people's existence. Only those with kind hearts and true curiosity can perceive the hidden people, a pure spirit's gift. The morning sun bathes a rugged landscape as villagers gather, their faces etched with deep concern. A well-dressed, gruff man from the city stands before them. He gestures emphatically toward the towering mountains, his voice booming with authority. His words hang heavy in the air, outlining a plan to blast the majestic mountains for a stone quarry. A tension settles over the villagers as they listen, their expressions a mixture of fear and disbelief. The man's disregard for the sacred land is a display, leaving a chilling silence in its wake. Under the cold moonlight, ethereal hidden people gather at an ancient stone circle, their forms flickering with distress. The elf leader, taller and brighter, gestures with a luminous hand, a heavy sadness in their eyes. The elf leader's voice echoes with despair.
We cannot stop the humans. They no longer listen to us.
Her heart sinks with dread. Yet she stands firm. There must be a way. At the ancient stone circle, a tiny elf, no bigger than Elin's hand, gazes up with wide, hopeful eyes. The elf's small voice echoes in the mystical air.
Will you help us?
Elin's jaw tightens, her eyes fixed on the small, vulnerable creature before her. A newfound resolve hardens her expression, a silent promise forming in her gaze. The weight of the elf's plea hangs heavy, demanding an answer. Her eyes, once uncertain, now gleam with a fierce, protective determination. Dust motes dance in sunbeams, illuminating the grimy windows of the village hall, a stark setting for Elin's plea. Elin, her voice urgent, passionately addresses the gathered villagers and elders, her hands gesturing with conviction. Her eyes sweep across the faces, meeting skeptical glances and open scoffs from the indifferent crowd. Some villagers exchange knowing looks, while others appear utterly bored by Elin's desperate words. In the front row, Elin's grandmother watches, her aged face thoughtful, her gaze fixed on Elin. Elin's voice rings out.
The mountains are alive. If we destroy them, something precious will be lost.
In the hushed village hall, Elin's grandmother rises, her aged posture radiating an indomitable strength. Her gaze, sharp and firm, sweeps across the faces of the villagers, holding them captive.
Long before us, these mountains were sacred,
she declares, her words echoing with ancient wisdom.
If we destroy them for money, we may lose more than we gain.
She warns, her voice a solemn prophecy. In the village meeting hall, a sea of worried faces slowly exchanges glances, their unease a palpable presence. A collective memory ripples through the room. Empty milk bowls and lost toys mysteriously returned. The soft, ethereal music carried on the wind resurfaces in their minds, a haunting melody of the inexplicable. A profound shift settles over them, a chilling blend of unease and dawning, terrifying realization. In the village meeting hall, villagers stand united, their faces etched with firm determination against the wealthy businessman. The businessman's face twisted in a mask of fury, his eyes blazing with defeated anger. He turns abruptly, his departure a dramatic exit, the echo of his footsteps filling the suddenly silent hall. A sense of triumph and relief washes over the villagers, their victory a sweet symphony. The mountains, once threatened, now stand majestic and safe, a sign of their firm spirit. Under the spectral glow of moonlight, Elin returns to the ancient stone circle, her shadows stretched into long, dancing shadows. The air around her shimmers, and softly glowing, ethereal forms of the hidden people materialize. Tiny, luminous lights begin to dance and weave through the air, enveloping the circle in a magical aura. The elf leader steps forward, a reverent voice echoing,
You saved our home.
In the ancient stone circle, the elf leader tenderly places a tiny, iridescent crystal into Elin's open palm. The crystal shimmers with an ethereal inner light, a hope of magic in the fading world. The elf leader's voice resonates softly.
As long as you keep this, you will always remember that magic exists in the world.
Around them, the hidden people shimmer and fade, their forms dissolving like heat haze into the very air. Elin stands alone, clutching the glowing crystal, a profound sense of wonder washing over her.